Hey Battlefield YouTubers, today I thought I'd go over the Battlefield Hardline beta. I know everybody's probably done this or is working on the same exact idea. I don't really care. And if you think I'm being influenced by EA and the Ronku dollars, I don't make jack shit. I don't make nothing on this. I know I'm not going to make nothing on this. I'm going to make maybe actually pennies, but I'm going to spend dollars in the process of doing this. So I'm not influenced by anything in any way. I know I'm not going to make a bid just because I did one video on YouTube. So this is literally just my opinion and what I think about the game in general. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Don't buy the game. I really don't care. It doesn't help me in any way. And I'm not going to tell you to buy the game. I don't know what your financial situation is, and I don't know what you like. I'm just telling you what I like and what I'm probably going to do. Anyway, after that little mini rant, obviously this is Battlefield Hardline. It's on Dust Bowl Conquest, and I'm playing with my favorite weapon of the beta, M416 with a silencer angled grip on it. I just had a lot of fun with this. And the last day, if you were on PC, there was a patch that made this slightly worse. I really didn't notice too much. It worked just really well. Other contenders for really good guns were the K10, which basically is just a vector, worked extremely well, and then the 870p Magnum, which they did also nerf at the last day, reduce its range a little bit. You could definitely tell. It was an extremely good gun, though. Anywho, let's talk about the modes first. We have Conquest, like I'm showing right here. Everybody knows Conquest has been playing Battlefield for a long time. The only thing different, or sort of different, there's not going to be those big vehicles anymore. I mean, there is, it's a scout chopper in Battlefield 4 and 3, but now they're calling it the attack because, I mean, it's a little bit different. There's a different gunner seat if you're a passenger now, and you can't repair midair. And you still have your big transport chopper, and you got some armored vehicles, but you're never, if you're looking for a jet gameplay or big heavy tank or AA, I mean, you're not going to find it in Hardline. So if that's what you do in Battlefield, you might want to stay away. But basically, other than the heavy weapon vehicles, that's the only real difference with Conquest. It's exactly the same game mode, except for there's a hacker mode, which does play better than the Commander, I think, than the last game. You could do some more. It's a little more interactive. It's still not that great. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it that often. But at least you could do a little bit more, and you could actually join from the hacker to just a regular player in and out. See, around the corner there in the screen, I had that thing that somebody sabotaged as a hacker. I was going to destroy it, but people just kept running at me, so I had to kill them. But be sure to shoot those things down, because either they spot you or they can blind you a little bit. There's a few different things they actually do, and I'm not 100% sure of all the different things they can do, because again, I didn't pay that much attention. I didn't really like to do the hacker that much. And the other modes, of course, we got Heist, which Heist was alright. It was very close quarters because we were doing the bank job level. That was the only one they had. As I'm sure most of you are aware, I didn't mind Heist at all, except the other team could be a little bit shitty at times where if they do it right, they can all basically hide around that vault and keep throwing the incendiary grenades or Molotovs like I'm tossing right now, or the gas potentially, and just hide all in that room. And they can, with an ammo box or two, even though it's fairly slow replenishing it, they could stay in there for quite a while and keep you from joining in. It was kind of evil if they would do it right. But usually people are not that shitty, but we found some tryhards that's basically what they did. But other than that, it's an okay replacement for Rush. I'd still prefer Rush, Battlefield 3 Rush, or Bad Company Rush by far more than Heist. Battlefield 4 Rush was always kind of crappy, other than a couple of levels. But I mean, I love my Rush. I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to be able to play in this, anytime soon. Heist is good, but it's not Rush good. And then we got Hotwire. Hotwire was immensely fun for the first 2 days on the beta when people didn't know what the hell was going on or what to do. On Dust Bowl, it stayed fairly decent because there's enough room to really drive around like an idiot. A lot of people love to drive around as far as possible from the action as they could, and just so they could rack up points and get some of those dollars to level up fast. I mean, I did it kind of, but I drove a lot of it. Now, often people don't want to drive; they want to be the passenger. That way, that they can noob two people out the side of the car, and I did that too when I wasn't driving, but it got to the point where quite a few people would just hide at the side of the road with breaching charges or, again, the noob tube, and sit there and just wait for people to go by. And also, that was a laser trip mine from the, well, it's not recon, it's professional now. They're called professional now because I don't know why they're professional. They just can aim apparently. And you put 2 of those down on the road. If they run over it, they will blow up. Trust me, I tried it plenty of times just to you know, screw with people. But after a couple days, there was so many more people treating it as like a really simple TDM, and either you did the same thing just to try to wipe out them because you got tired of them blowing you up every single time you went around, or you know, you just didn't care and just kept, you know, doing laps around the level. On this one, Dust Bowl, it worked okay. On the downtown level, I mean, people were waiting in a couple key spots constantly. It was a lot of fun, but it got to the point where I just got real tired of people just standing at the side of the road and very few people driving. If in some way they can reduce the explosive spam a little bit, that hotwire would be quite a bit better, I think. They need to reduce it in some way because it is a little crazy. Alright, now that I've covered all the modes, which I guess there's only 3, but let's talk about things I do and didn't like. Let's go with the didn't first because it's a slightly longer list and some of them are just small criticisms about things in the game. One, the netcode was a bit iffy sometimes, and a lot of that had to do with there's quite a few really high pingers in the group. And I mean, if somebody has a freaking 400 ping and something weird happens, I get it because they have an awful internet connection or they're trying to play from, you know, some other country than I am. I get that, but occasionally somebody'd have like a 40 ping and I'd have like a 30 ping, and so, you know, one of us would have a hard time killing one or the other. It only happened twice in my favor, but there's times where I don't know why I couldn't kill somebody immediately in front of me that I would shoot the hell out of. It still does happen, and there's quite a few times where you drop below a ledge where you should not have been able to get hit and you die an instant later. That isn't quite 100% a race. It's still not 100% a race in Battlefield 4, but it's still extremely annoying. Another thing I really didn't like, there's very little destruction in this. This map would be perfect for a little bit more destruction in some way. Like all these little side buildings, they're like solid as hell. I mean, these things are like reinforced concrete, and you can't damage them one bit. Even doesn't matter what you hit them with. And I think that's a little stupid. They'd be so perfect for maybe not 100% destruction, or you know, just to blow out a few walls, some other entrances. I mean, the map's fairly nice just because you can go just about anywhere in them, but at the same time, you can't damage practically anything, and that's just extremely dumb to me. They should have done something with that. Another annoyance was the footsteps. You cannot tell if they're above or below you. You can tell they're coming. You might be able to, you know, tell they're coming from your left side fairly well. They're very clear, except you know, vertically you cannot tell at all. And I play heavily based off sound with my headphones. And another major gripe, the interface is awful. It's cluttered, it's stupid. I hate how everything's placed. They definitely need to do something with that. I know they probably won't. It's too late. But I don't know whoever came up with it should have took a step back and thought about it, because unless you like memorize every little thing, you have no idea how to get to things. It took me like days to get a battle pack boost going because I had no idea how to do it. And the only other little thing that annoyed me somewhat is the Enforcer. I mean, I love shotguns. They're great. I'll use them a lot. But they're heavy battle rifles for people that don't want to use shotguns or have a little bit of distance. The recoil was quite extreme, I thought. I mean, extreme. Now, with all that negative, you're probably going to think, well, you hated the game. But I didn't. I actually had a lot of fun. In fact, I mean, it's only a beta. It's hard to base off that. I would say in the last 3 Battlefields, my favorite would be Battlefield 3, then it'd be Hardline, and then Battlefield 4, just because Battlefield 4 is too spammy with explosives, and the kill rush for me. I still hate it for that. And here's why I put this game second. The gunplay feels great. The magazine reloads are excellent in most of them. The only thing is that sometimes I accidentally cancel a little bit early. Yeah, it's not so great. And the perk system is actually pretty nice to be able to pick on the fly. You maybe don't get them fast enough, but it does work really well. The little audio things where your feet squeak across the diner floor, that's great. In all, I like how it plays. I do like the time to kill. Some people don't like it, say it's too fast. Actually, after a few rounds, I got really used to it. I really did like it. I do, however, think that's going to be toned down when the actual release comes out because too many people complained about it, though. Also, didn't mind the money system, being able to lock what I wanted when I wanted. Same thing for attachments. I didn't have to wait to unlock a certain scope forever. I did like that quite a bit. And I really liked how each weapon definitely felt different when I was using it. They weren't just barely different versions of each other, at least in the beta. That was very nice. And I love the fact there wasn't as bad explosive spam, even if the frag did have the blast radius of a small atomic bomb. Oh, and how could I forget you can get ammo from people that don't want to throw it anymore. Go up to them, press your damn button, you steal your ammo, steal your health. I absolutely love that. And even though it was patched the last day, not being able to throw medic bags down constantly is kind of a bonus. It was a little too long originally, but they did fix that in the last day, and I hope it stays that way. I managed to spend $23 and 7 hours of my time on this video, so if you would hit that like and please subscribe, that would be pretty cool of you. What do you guys think about the beta? You like it, hate it, not worth your money? Are you going to play this game, or are you going to wait a little while? Thanks everybody for all your support.